You build a structure to hold your business, and for a while it works perfectly. But as order volume and operational complexity expand, structures that were once rigid begin to crack under the pressure. Most businesses don't set out to create a messy administrative process. The complexity happens logically, step by step. You typically start with a single spreadsheet to track your customers, and as needs arise, you bolt on separate applications to handle them. You add a standalone invoicing app, then add a disconnected mailing tool. At the time, every choice made sense for your size. Then the business hits a growth phase. Expanding customer bases and increasing order volumes should be purely positive indicators. Instead, they trigger administrative chaos. The most tangible symptom is the owner's schedule. Higher revenue directly translates into more evening hours spent at a desk, doing manual paperwork to keep the gears turning. Severe operational friction does not mean you have a poorly managed company. It is simply the mathematical result of a business succeeding faster than its underlying infrastructure. When chaos hits, the danger lies in misdiagnosing the root cause. It is easy to blame a supposedly bad process or assume your personnel are underperforming, when the reality is that your tools are simply outgrown. The immediate objective here is not to rush out and purchase a new software license. The goal is to audit the specific limitations of your current tech stack. This diagram maps the diverging paths a growing business faces. Operations either scale smoothly or veer into chaos. That friction stems from three areas: a breakdown in data integrity, a lack of visibility, or a hard limit on scalability. Accurately categorizing which of these specific bottlenecks is restricting your daily operations is the mandatory first step to breaking through your current ceiling. Let's look at data integrity. Spreadsheets are excellent tools for analysis, but relying on them to run daily core operations creates a highly fragmented environment. In practice, one spreadsheet for quoting, another separate file for inventory, and a third for customer details. This chart shows how data moves in that environment. Information originates in a quote, and an employee physically retypes it into the invoice system, and then the accounting software. Every time a human touches that data, the risk of a typo or incorrect price multiplies. The central trade-off of this setup is clear. You save capital on initial software licenses, but you pay a compounding hidden tax in manual labor and human error every single day. This fragmentation turns routine compliance into a stressful manual scramble. Compiling the Irish VAT3 or Swedish Mom's Declaration requires days of hunting for numbers across files. Double entry wastes employee hours and directly introduces the critical financial errors that infect a business. The second symptom is the visibility void. Maintaining isolated software environments prevents leadership from seeing the actual state of the business. Specialized tools do one job well. A disconnected web shop, the sales CRM, and the inventory tracker inherently do not communicate with each other. Because the tools don't talk, your employees have to. Every gap between silos is bridged by a person manually copying and pasting information to keep operations moving. Utilizing hyper-specialized tools for each individual department requires sacrificing a holistic, real-time picture of your operations.
Simple, vital questions become difficult to answer. Determining open invoices or checking exact stock levels requires hours of cross-referencing multiple systems. Without immediate access to hard, real-time data, leadership is forced to make strategic growth decisions based on gut feeling and metrics left over from last quarter. The final symptom involves scalability. Depending on human memory to execute automated daily tasks creates a hard operational flaw. Critical revenue activities default to manual jobs. Following up on leads and chasing unpaid invoices rely entirely on someone remembering to send an email. This demonstrates system failure under volume. A manual process that works for 10 orders a day buckles and drops critical items when pushed to 50. Memory-dependent operations function smoothly only under perfect conditions, when key personnel are present, healthy, and focused. When the primary person goes on holiday, operations stall. A cheap, fast setup tech stack relies entirely on human effort to function. During rapid growth phases, that reliance creates an absolute, immovable bottleneck. The tangible financial losses begin to appear quickly. Warm leads go cold, and invoices sit unpaid for weeks because human memory cannot scale in tandem with increased volume.
Relying on human memory to execute routine follow-ups creates a fragile foundation for a growing company, punishing both the owner's time and the bottom line. These three symptoms, data errors, lack of visibility, and scalability limits, all stem from one root cause. Your vital business information is living in disconnected places. It is tempting to buy another specialized application to fix a specific problem, but adding another app on top of the pile only exacerbates the overarching chaos. This chart plots business complexity against software capability. If business complexity moves right, but tech capability stays low, you become the app stacker and fall into the danger zone, where manual effort alone keeps the company running. For a time-poor owner, migrating to a unified system is a strict trade-off. You are trading upfront setup time and initial friction for permanent daily automation. While a connected platform requires an initial investment of your attention, it removes the disconnected silos that enforce an operational ceiling on your growth. The immediate next step is practical. You don't need a software pitch right now. You need an objective measurement of your current systems. The correct first move is an empirical diagnosis of your workflows. Signing a software contract before knowing exactly where your bottlenecks are is a mistake. You need to map out exactly how your business currently handles quoting, invoicing, stock management, and customer follow-ups. This diagnostic scorecard shows what you must evaluate. Mimira Tech offers a tool built for this, the Is Odoo Right for Your Business assessment. It is a structured 2-minute evaluation containing 8 specific questions. There is no sales pitch attached. The outcome gives you a clear binary answer on whether migrating to a connected platform would yield a positive return on investment for your specific operations in Ireland or Sweden. Objectively quantifying the friction in your business is the prerequisite to spending a single dollar on new technology. Find out where you stand and build from there.